this is Ken here at the Stamps of Life. I always want to say the Stamps of Life studio, design studio, or something exciting like that, but I'm actually just at the warehouse. The Stamps of Life warehouse. This is the storefront area where sometimes we have our store events, and then the back is the warehouse area. I guess it's not as exciting as a design studio, but it's still, that would sound like more fun, right? But anyway, I have been thinking about some of the dies that we have, the background dies, and whenever I see the samples, I always love them, and they're really easy to make. So I want to give you a couple different ideas that might help you out. These are very versatile and very, very easy to use. So first I want to show you a couple of examples. So these are the card front background dies. These are all really nice. This one is using the floral background die. And I see that there's also been some blending done on this card to give it that different and unique look. This is, oh, I'm not sure, this is the flower, I think this is called flower background die. Very nice. This one I'm going to try. I'm going to show you an idea using this one. This is the mum background. And this is kind of Christmassy. We'll do something with these dotted circles too. That's going to be my main project. Little different twist, but this one is kind of Christmassy themed, fun. And this one is the Windows background die, very, very popular. So with this one, you can just imagine all the different possibilities. I've seen them decorated with little fish, different colors in the boxes, letters, alphabets, mix and match colors. So much you can do with this one. So this is the window background die. And again, these all fit on the front of A2 cards, okay? Since I kind of stumbled on an additional project while I was die cutting, I'm going to use the trendy Happy Anniversary dies. This is the dotted, I think it's medium dotted background die. We're going to use that for sure on a birthday card. This is the 5-petal floral die. I think this came out last month. It was sold out for a while. It might be back in stock now. And then we're going to have our mum background die. And again, these will come with the piece that will cut it out so it will fit on the front of your A2 card. Here's the window background die that we were talking about. And we have this is medium chevron. And here is the floral background die, just to make sure you see all these. This is our sports stamps. I'm going to use the football off this when I make my birthday card. You'll see, I'll show you that. And then this is block sentiments to stamp, and we're going to use that top stamp, the celebrate stamp on there. And then I have some embellishments. I think I'm going to use some of these little white dots here, something off of this. We'll give that a try. What else do I have? I'm going to need these because there are lots of pieces with these. We'll have a die roller to help get these extra pieces out. I think we have a Crafter's Companion version of this on our website. We have our pokey tool, our secret weapon. We'll be using the Spellbinder's machine a little bit. Stamps of Life adhesive. I do have, usually I stamp in black, but with the colors I have today, I'm going to try to do something in grape and see how that comes out. And what else we're going to, adhesive. We'll definitely be using some adhesive sheets and a little bit of the foam too. I have all these scrap pieces around here that I can try to use all these different things, all right? Some of the things that I have worked on ahead of time to kind of get a head start and some practice, because I want it to look nice, and sometimes if I just spend a little bit of time practicing, the results will be better. Now with the dotted medium background die, I went ahead and I did run that through the machine, and I have this nice kind of metallic pearl paper type of background. We're going to be using that. I ran that through the machine. Using that die, that came out great. And let's see, I also did it in just a green, just to give you a little bit of different ideas how you can use it. And then this one was kind of by mistake, but it's kind of neat. It was using the mum background die. I ran a piece of, I think it was like a foil paper. I expected it to cut all the way through, but I probably should have ran it through twice and it would have cut completely. But when I took it through the first run, it had kind of just embossed it. And so I left it just like that. And that's going to become my card front on one of these quick projects I'm going to show you how to make today. We're going to make this one kind of an anniversary card. Again, I just stumbled across this. These pieces could all punch out. But I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay this with another color that will go on there. I'll show you how we get to that point. We'll make that happen, okay? And this will be kind of anniversary themed. Some of my chevron, and there's some pattern paper that I can just show you. If you have your medium chevron cut, and you could have that just on a card front if you wanted. That one's kind of messy. Let's see, this one's a little nicer. And these colors don't really coordinate, but just to give you ideas. So you could have your chevron on card front like that. Maybe you want to give it a little extra interest. You could still have this as your card front, but just kind of lay that chevron on top of some pattern paper, another solid type paper, whatever you want. You have lots of different options, so many things that you can do with this. Same thing with something like this. If you were kind of thinking Christmassy or St. Patrick's Day, that looks very St. Patrick's Day, right? So a couple options. You probably wouldn't use that color with these greens, but if you just put something behind the back of these dots, it comes out really neat. Okay, so we're going to get started with our projects here. Again, this one that I had started, I'm going to go ahead and run. Whoops, a little piece popped out of there, so we're going to want to make sure that stays down. I'm going to go ahead and run this through and get a nice new cut, showing you how to do that before we move on. And I cut this to show you again how I'd like to do that. I did work with the 5-petal a little bit. There was just a plain cut. It took me a lot of time to get all these little pieces worked out. And on all of these, I wish I would have put adhesive sheets ahead of time, because it would have made things so much easier. And then I did a little bit of blending on this one. I don't think my color choices were the greatest, but just to give you an idea, I was blending a little bit there. Maybe if I would have done a little bit thinner stripes, would have been a little more exciting. But the point is just to, this is fine. This is much more interesting. And we're just trying to develop the interesting and some of the different tools and the things that we have here that are available to us to use them. The more we use them and get comfortable with them, the better ideas we can come up with when we're making our cards or adding to our scrapbook pages, right? Okay, so with this one, with the mum background, I have that. And my goal is to go ahead and cut out a piece just like this. But I want to put the adhesive sheet on this before I cut it. It's going to make my life so much easier if I do that. So I am going to add the adhesive sheet to this. And now I have lots of scraps around here with adhesive sheets on it, but I don't happen to have this color. And this is the color that I want to use. So, and this is pretty much going to take a full sheet. I'm going to peel that off. We're going to add this onto the card here. There's going to be a little bit extra on the sides, but that is okay. And we're going to cut right into that. And adding adhesive, we put that sheet on there, it'll make our life so much easier if we do that ahead of time. So that's what we're going to try. And I'm going to run this through again. I like to do these little more intricate dies, run them through twice. And make sure they cut out really well. That's lined up straight. And I have my die at just a bit of an angle to make sure we don't hit those speed bumps. That's one time through. And we're going to go back through here. Okay. And let's see what we have. Oh, I forgot to, so here's one of my mistakes. I forgot to add this die to the outside. That's going to actually cut out the piece correctly. So I'm going to have to go ahead and run that through one more time. I always forget that extra part of the card front. And again, that's giving us the A2 size on that. We'll move our machine over a little bit. Okay, we see we have our cut here. And like we had done before, we have that. But this time we're going to have to go ahead and get all these little pieces out of here. I might edit some of this out to save us some time. We'll see how fast this goes. Okay, I think I've got that all ready to go. I've got all these pieces out of here. There might be a couple here or there, but we want to speed things up. Get rid of our trash. Dump that over there. And we're going to peel this off. And I see a couple of my pieces from this card are starting to move around because this kind of was embossed, but it cut just a tiny bit. So there might be a couple pieces that are a little loose. Again, this was just by a mistake that I stumbled across this idea. It might work with the Kiss Cut pad. If you use that to die cut this card front, you're just gonna have to test. Stephanie says with each machine you can get different results. So you'll just have to try it with your machine and see if you can make your die emboss, kind of like my card is here. So we're going to peel this off. With these colors, I figured this is kind of anniversary theme, so then we're going to go with that. We'll lay that right on top there, make sure everything is lined up. We get one chance, and it's probably all over. No more chances after that with this. Okay, line that up, press that down. It's going to stay in place, and I'm guessing it's going to hold all those little extra pieces in there really nice. So here we have that. Now we have to get some happy anniversary sentiments on there. So I think that is coming out very good. Again, we could do some of the blending on the card front if we want to spend a little more time with the card and make it a little more unique and exciting. But I'm pretty happy with that card front. Now we want to get the trendy anniversary, and I'm going to layer this glitter paper. I'm not sure which set, but we're going to use that for the letters. And then for the background, I have some great cardstock. Just here's a chance for me to use some scraps, so I want to do that. Okay, and these colors are going to coordinate really nice with this. So we'll have the glitter, and we'll have the background for that section. That would be great. So let's go ahead and trim this down a little bit. We don't need all of this. Trim that there. Make sure we don't trim it down too much. We'll add that on there. Done with that. Get back to our die cutting over here. We are still, at this time we are house hunting, Stephanie and I. Our Airbnb place is up, and we've been having a challenging time finding a place to live, but we figured God will take care of us and provide us a place. Somehow it will come together, but we're down to about 3 weeks before we have to move, and we've got to find a new place. So the pressure is starting to mount a little bit, but again, God says he'll take care of us. We're just going to have to trust that that's going to happen. All right, I want to make sure you can see this. I've got my one die there for the background. We're going to see how this lines up here. Make sure I'm cutting the correct way. And for this, I do want to add another sheet of the adhesive. We don't have to use a whole lot. I have a little scrap here, a couple scrap sheets that I can use. That's the way we have to cut that one. Make sure those line up correctly. We'll do that at a little bit of an angle. On this piece, the background, we'll add adhesive. After we cut on this one, it'll be ready to go. We can just layer them together. And again, I just like to ensure I'm getting good cuts, so I'll go ahead and run it through twice. The foil or the glitter paper is a little bit thicker. Some of the time it can really use that extra time through the machine. Okay, so we have our background piece there, and we have our words, and we're going to work those out of there just a little. These are a little fragile or delicate, and we just don't want to tear them. We'll kind of work that out slow. Let's see so house hunting has been exciting. What else? Kind of staying home. Have not been venturing out too much. What's coming up? Well, we've been just having all kinds of fun stuff. Oh, we have upgraded the equipment on our internet. I don't know, streams or broadcasts or whatever you want to call them. So we hope that you are enjoying that. I kept trying to figure out what was going on with these electronics. I never was really happy with the picture or stream that would come. It would work, but I just didn't feel like it was as clear as it should be, and everybody would give me ideas, and I would try those ideas, and I could just never figure out how to get our stream, our video, to look better. And I kept replacing pieces of it. That's what you do. You try to replace some wires, or you try to replace some of the hardware, or you try a different software or different program, and it started coming down to, well, my computer, or what else did I, some of this other equipment is called Black Magic that we use for our video streams. We've had it for a few years, and I just started thinking, something is not right. And everybody said, no, all this equipment's good, but for some reason, when one piece of equipment speaks to another, if they don't talk to each other the right way, things just go kind of haywire. And I thought I was going to have to get a new computer too, but as of right now, our current computer is working, and it looks like everything's going to be good. It took me lots of time to get the sound right, and so it's just all coming together. So that's going to be exciting, and I hope when you're watching this video that you'll notice that our stream for our classes, or Stephanie's Crafting Corner, or our live events is better than it has been in the past. And I know some of the time you would say, oh, it looks fuzzy or blurry, and I kept going, well, maybe it's just your internet. Well, I kept researching and looking and checking into these things, and I started to think, well, maybe the problem could be on our end. And now that I have this new machine and I see the difference, I'm starting to think that part of it at least was. Some of these things you just learn, and you Google, and you go on YouTube, and you get all these helpful videos. There's lots of helpful people out there, so I'm grateful for all of them that give me these ideas on how to improve things. We're always looking to do things better here at the Stamps of Life. We try our best to do a good job, but we know we can always do better, so that is our goal. All right, so I worked all those little extra pieces out of there. I have that layered on there pretty nice, and since I had adhesive on there, that is ready to go. We're going to lay that right on there. I kind of like that in the lower third, so we're going to put that down towards the lower third. We'll add our dies out of the way, and we're going to add some adhesive to this. But I don't want this to get dirty. Now that I've gotten this far, my table is a little messy. So I'll put a little scrap sheet under there. Oh, some of you have been giving me some good ideas that I am grateful for. One was about, about scoring. I have my happy anniversary, trendy happy anniversary with the mum background. We cut out an A2 card base here. This is the die that you want to have. We have tons of card bases that have the A2 die. Where did that go? I always like to show that one off. This one here. Somehow I ruined an adhesive roller, so I'm using my spare one here. Somehow we're going to keep things going here. Adhesive falling apart, camera is not working, this kind of stuff happens. So let's just try to keep moving on and doing the best we can here. I'm going to ink that up. Again, I'm not sure if it came out through the video, but I did practice this one. Practice stamping on extra scratch paper. And we're going to go ahead and, you know what? I am going to test this one more time because I don't trust myself. And that did come out nice. Okay, good. So if you're like me and you don't feel super confident in your stamping and your inking of the stamps, go ahead and just test it. Practice on some scratch paper. That's the best way to find out. And then make sure, of course, you have a secret weapon like this. We have these on our website, and you will use them over and over and over again. So we're going to drop that right in there. Push down real good. We've got our Celebrate in there. And my Celebrate, you can see it came a little bit crooked, so I did not pay attention to lining that up. So there's something I could have done better to make sure that my stamp was lined up. And you can see there's just a little bit of curve in that stamp. So I need to pay attention, something that I'm learning there, okay? So my Celebrate's a little bit off, not the end of the world. And then we want to add our stamp also to the back. I'm going to use a different one this time. Where's mine? I have that one ready to go. This is a personalized one that you could have made yourself. And it says, oh, my eyes are not as good as they used to be. Handmade with lots of love. And then we have the little heart icon on there. So personalized stamps are great. You have lots of fun options. Those are on our website. We've been getting those out really fast. And I know new icons have been added, so there's a great selection of fun things you can check out there. We're going to go ahead and use the grape color on this one as well. Ink that up. Looks good. Okay, once again, our happy anniversary card, pretty quick and easy, and it came out really nice, so I like that. And again, I just kind of did this one by mistake. It was not the main project I have in mind, so we'll put that off to the side.